Yeah, talk to self. Let's do that. Don't often see myself from this angle. Whoa. That feels right. What have we done? Jumping into that black hole was a terrible idea. Yes, it was. I needed to know what would happen. That wasn't an idea, that was a mistake. I'm going with Yeah, I'm not screaming that all out. And we get kicked back to the title screen. We don't reset the loop, we broke space-time. And look, it isn't even resume expedition like previously, it's load previous save. It's going, yeah, we're going out of the game. We'll let you load your save file, but that didn't actually happen. And we are back. Space-time is miraculously unbroken. And now that we've heard about the Ash Twin project, oh, and you can see a supernova going off, a star fading just in front of us. I dozed for a bit to skip a little bit ahead in time. Now that we know about the Ash Twin project, it is time to properly check it out. So we're on our way to Ash Twin. I waited about 6 minutes at the campfire, which will hopefully be enough to uncover the tower that teleports us to the Ash Twin project. And we will see what we find there. Okay. Just missed our chance with the sand spout. Okay. If we want to get back there again, we'll know that 6 minutes is a bit too long. Maybe do 5 minutes 30. We're going to have to wait for it to go all the way around the planet again. I'll fast forward for you. Actually, let's find a better place to park. Then again, if I park right here, I'm just going to get scooped up. So I think the better place is off to the side even further. Okay, so let's check out these towers. So it's the twin towers. One goes to Ember Twin, the other to Ash Twin. Okay, the one with the big slot is Ember Twin. While we're waiting, let's just have a quick look through, see if there's anything interesting. Scroll slot there. Maybe there's a scroll around we can read. Aha, there is. Well, let's read this while we're waiting. Alright, let's see what this says. Hi, friends visiting from the Hanging City. We are planning the Ash Twin project at the High Energy Lab on Ember Twin's equator. Conway, I became lost on Ember Twin. My gratitude that Raimi found me. But the High Energy Lab is the building with the large solar panels. I'm surprised I didn't see it. Raimi, oh, the large solar panels, so that's that big tower that kind of split out like a flower I've been seeing. So that's where it is on Ember Twin. Raimi, I imagine our otherwise immensely clever Conway would lose his own head if it weren't anatomically impossible. Okay. So that weird tower is solar panels. Okay. Spout is coming, so let me get on the teleporter. Now, we don't have a ceiling here, which with the sand spout coming would normally mean we'd be sucked up into it. But they've told us a couple of things. So first, the teleportation is triggered when the center of the astral body is directly overhead. 2, the two planets together count as one celestial body, so the point between them is the target point. Oh. That didn't work. So I might have to try that again. So the third thing they told us is that... I keep getting sucked up. The third thing they told us is that the teleportation has a bit of error. It doesn't need to be directly overhead, but pretty close. Okay. So I'm not sure exactly why it didn't trigger, but my plan this time is to stay not directly exposed upwards, but stay out in this closet. And then after it comes, when it's about directly overhead, then I'll run out, maybe even hold the jetpack down to stay in place, and hopefully then I will be properly teleported. Okay, I'll fast forward ahead for you now. Alright, here it comes again. This time I'm waiting until it is directly overhead, but then I'm running out. Okay. Brilliant, it worked. Okay, we are here. Oh. Okay. This is not what I expected for the Ash Twin project, but for something so grandiose, I admit it looks the part. Okay, so on either side here, oh, it looks like, okay, we're at the center of a ring we can stand on. Well, not a complete ring. And then on either side, they have energy cables going out. So what I'm guessing is that this is at the center of Ash Twin. We're inside the planet. Those cables go out to those big towers, which we now know are solar towers on either side of the planet, which help draw in energy. And yeah, would the solar energy on its own be enough to go back 22 minutes? I mean, they had one tower on Ember Twin, but that only got you back like a second at most, less than a second. It goes back 2 seconds? Yeah, that's not going to be 22 minutes. Well, let's explore around, see what we have here, and we can presumably use the teleporter to get back out once the tower lines up. "14 minutes, 11 seconds ago. Received data from previous cycles. Masks receiving data from probe tracking module, Giant's Deep memory statue, Timber Hearth memory statue. 8 minutes until end of cycle transmission." Okay. Received data from previous cycles. Okay. So, what I see going on here is that the Ash Twin project is what I kept seeing from the projection pools at other places whenever I had an Ash Twin tablet. I was looking right here and seeing these statues. So these are the ones that linked up to my memory. So here's what I think is going on. When I attuned with that statue on Timber Hearth, it started recording my memories from that point forward. Then at the end of the cycle, when the sun explodes, it uses the Ash Twin project to send my memories 22 minutes back in time. Like, it stores them here, and then at the end, it transmits them back. So I get my memories back of the previous cycle 22 minutes ago, which effectively keeps me trapped in a cycle. And here, we have 3 things attuned. So, Timber Hearth memory statue, that's me. Giant's Deep memory statue, that's Gabbro, who's experiencing the same thing. And the probe tracking module. So if you remember way back when we were on Giant's Deep and we were looking at the probe they were sending for the Eye of the Universe, they were sending it out randomly every time, and I went on a bit about how that isn't an efficient search pattern. But it seems now what they're trying to do is they send it out randomly at the beginning of the cycle. And it's a different random each time. So like they have some quantum mechanics device to generate true randomness, which is something we can do in our real universe. We can get truly random things out of quantum mechanics. They use that to generate a direction, so every cycle it'll be a different realization and a different direction. And then the probe goes out, it can travel for 22 minutes, which is as long as they've calculated they need it, I'm guessing. And it either finds the Eye of the Universe or it doesn't. And eventually, with the probe being in this cycle long enough, it will find the eye of the universe. I mean, you have infinite tries, you'll eventually get it, if it can be found at all. The big problem would be if it actually can't be found within 22 minutes and it's never there and the entire universe gets stuck in a time loop and that's the end of the universe. So there's a bit of a risk there. But yeah. So they keep doing that till they find the eye of the universe, and I believe I remember saying that they did find it. And the data on where it is in the probe tracking module, which we can't get to yet. It's at the bottom of Giant's Deep. We got electrocuted trying to get there. So, the other statues attune to myself and Gabbro. They probably got attuned after it would be found. They triggered the other statues to attune, so all the people in the cycle don't get caught for the millions, billions of tries it takes to find the eye of the universe. After it's found, then it loops other people in. The other people can go in, input a manual abort to stop it from cycling, which I don't know how to do, unfortunately. And even if I did know how to do, the sun's exploding anyway, so I mean, all that would accomplish would be ending my life, which might be preferable to staying in the loop forever. But if I don't have a way to get to the eye of the universe, which I don't know where it is yet, I can't do much about that, so... Alright. So... I guess next thing to think about is, if I wanted to, how would I abort this? Because the Nomai must have had a way to abort this. Once somebody wakes up, they can do a manual abort. So let's read through here. They've got lots of notes. Yarrow. Today we finished the excavation of Ash Twin. Here in this space we carved, we will craft our most ambitious project yet, the Ash Twin Project. Powerful enough to send information back in time. Coleus. We've also finished relocating all subterranean plants we met while digging. Raimi. We'll need to keep our eyes on how significantly we've altered the environment here. Pi. How far we've come since our experiments at the High Energy Lab. I still can hardly believe Raimi's hypothesis was true. Anything on this side? Statue here. Maybe that was one of the ones they planned to trigger, to attune to someone after the Eye of the Universe was found. Okay, Yarrow. Pope just sent the warp core for the final tower to us from the Black Hole Forge. Now Ash Twin can be connected with Giant's Deep, where Cassava is working with Avens to craft the orbital probe cannon, and where Phlox is sculpting the memory statues. Cassava. Hypothesis. It was not by accident the core of our warp tower was the last to be forged. Poke. Hypothesis. The cores could have been forged faster if Cassava had interrupted my work less frequently to ask for updates. Yarrow. The important point is we are all connected through Ash Twin now, and also that I'm no longer needed for mediating your disagreements. Okay, Yarrow. Our friends on Giant's Deep tested the orbital probe cannon today. Mallow tells me the cannon is doing well, and that Avens advocates for more launch power. If anyone can coax the maximum power from a device, Avens can. Yarrow. But then, if anyone can goad a device into exploding, that too is likely Avens. Wait a second. Yeah, Avens... Yeah, it did kind of explode. Perhaps I should check in with the orbital probe cannon crew. Yeah, I remember they gave him a false number for the upper limit, knowing that he would exceed it, and he still managed to exceed the real upper limit and blow it apart when it fired. Wait, but why did it fire so long after they all died? Well, I guess maybe they died before it could be triggered, but then why did it trigger? Well, let's keep reading. Yarrow. Would it help to remind Avens that Mallow, his love, will be one of the Nomai aboard the cannon, or is Mallow part of the problem? Yarrow. Phlox and Daz finished the memory statues today, and they are truly remarkable. Yarrow. When the Ash Twin project succeeds, or in the event it fails, the memory statues will activate, allowing us to gather more data before we shut down the project. Yeah, that's what I was putting together. It succeeds, or in the event it fails. So maybe they do have a fail-safe, like if you go through 10 trillion cycles without finding the eye of the universe, abort, it can't be found, we don't want to end the universe, it's not worth it. Then the memory statues activates, trigger someone, and then they can gather more data and shut down the project. Okay, good, they did have a failsafe. Yarrow. Pi and Idea have worked hard on the Sun Station, and it at last is complete. If everything goes as planned, the structure will prompt the Sun's explosion. Yeah, that's a good idea, which will in turn supply the power. That's why they wanted to blow up the Sun. Because blowing up the Sun is the only way to get enough energy to go back in time 22 minutes. It would be... Well, maybe it's a good thing that doesn't work in reality, because if it did, we'd have people trying to blow up the Sun. So I'm going to say it's a good thing that isn't realistic. But they said that failed. They would never be able to blow up the Sun, so their project failed, and they wouldn't be able to get the energy. But the Sun Station reactivated when the Sun reached the end of its natural life cycle. So they left behind the whole device, and when the Sun reached its natural end, it triggered anyway. So they died off since, we still don't know why, but the project is now ongoing. It triggered, sent off the probe randomly, eventually found the Eye of the Universe, activated the memory statues. They attuned to the first people to cross paths with them, which only 2 of them did. One, myself, on Timberhearth, the other, Gabbro, on Giant's Deep. And now Gabbro is just zen for eternity, doing nothing about it, and I'm wandering around deciding if it's worth shutting off this whole thing. Okay. Raimi, I'm impressed by their mental fortitude. This was the project's most difficult task in more ways than one. And it's kind of a shame they built everything up and then one step failed. They didn't check if everything could succeed first before putting into it. I guess that's kind of the attitude they had. They went forward on every step of it at once, not knowing if any would fail, and unfortunately for them, one of the steps involved did fail and was proven to be impossible. But luckily for them, it could happen naturally eventually anyway. Unluckily for them, they were all dead by the time it happened. Alright, anyways, let's keep reading. Yarrow. We're nearly ready to activate the Ash Twin project. Here is what will happen. First, the Sun Station will receive the order to fire at the Sun, prompting it to explode. Yarrow. Using the energy from the resulting supernova, the Ash Twin project will send the order for the orbital probe cannon to fire back in time by 22 minutes. Exactly 22 minutes after these orders are received, the Sun Station will again trigger the supernova to send the probe data from this cannon launch back in time. In total, each cycle created by the Ash Twin project will last precisely 22 minutes. We can end this cycle at will. Yarrow. These words are difficult to write. The Sun Station did not work. Pi. Suppose we redesign the Sun Station. To generate power of that magnitude, a supernova is still our only viable option. Idea. This is easier expressed than accomplished. Pi, you can wait for the Sun to explode on its natural timeline if you prefer, Idea, but you'll need to find some way to halt our aging process. Yeah, I don't think they all died of old age. It seemed everybody just died where they were standing. It's not like they got to old age, lay down in bed, died there, or there was some massive extinction event that killed them all at once. Okay, Raimi. I believe we can still find a way to create a supernova, my friend. Don't lose hope. So they haven't given up, they just haven't figured it out at this point. But it sounds like they all died before they could figure it out. Yarrow, however, this is the closest we have ever been. The Ash Twin project is theoretically sound. We were only unable to power it. Perhaps there is another way. Yarrow, we are halting our research into creating a supernova for this moment. A comet has newly arrived in the solar system, and we're anxious to explore. So just like this game itself, they've got this one thing they're really researching in, but now, ooh, shiny, and they go off to look at that instead. And this is actually the last of their notes. Huh. Yarrow, it's been a very long time since we last explored somewhere new, so we're excited to welcome this comet, Imagine what knowledge might be gained there. So that comet, maybe that's the comet we've been seeing, the interloper. And that would be the last thing the Nomai talked about. There's no other mention of that comet, and this is the end of their timeline. So that's very close in time to when the Nomai all died, presumably. So it sounds likely the comet will have the answer to why all of the Nomai suddenly died. Okay, stones to read now. Giant's Deep. Raimi, I've installed the masks inside the Ash Twin Project flocks. They look beautiful, although I do feel as though I'm being observed. Raimi, it's comforting to know the statues will not pair until the project succeeds. Otherwise, I imagine the experience would be hard to endure. Phlox, ideally, they'll only need to activate once the project succeeds. As a safety measure, however, the statues will also activate in the event of equipment failure. Raimi, they will? Why is that? If anything goes wrong with the Ash Twin projects, the statues and their masks will make us aware of the situation and enable us to fix it. Otherwise, it would be possible for us to remain permanently unaware of the problem. Yeah, that's the universe getting stuck in a cycle forever problem. Raimi, I hadn't thought of that. What a profoundly horrific fate that would be. Okay, I'll put this down. There's a projection pool over there. See if we get anything from that after reading. Yarrow, my gratitude for the latest shipment, Ueno. This ore should be the last we'll need for the Ash Twin project. Yarrow, once we finish the shell that seals off the central chamber, we'll check to ensure there are no longer any physical entrances. Raimi and I will be checking the interior and then the exterior for cracks, our final safety check. Ueno, this is exciting news. Can I offer an extra set of eyes for this final check, specifically mine? If my work here is complete, I'd be delighted to help. Yarrow, we'd be grateful if you would. The more eyes, the better, as the smallest flow or opening in the shell that protects the Ash Twin project could lead to disaster. So I guess this is designed to withstand a supernova, so they can't have any cracks, or else the supernova could destroy it, and you wouldn't get the message back in time, and you've just blown up a star, destroyed all life on the solar system, and you can't undo it. Which would be bad. Clary, I have some good news, Yarrow. The advanced warp core is ready to be installed in the central chamber of Ash Twin. Yarrow, I'm intrigued, love. Everyone here working on the Ash Twin project is excited to see it. Pi is beside herself with joy. Poke, no it isn't. Oh, it isn't ready. Yarrow, is everything well at the forge? Poke, the core's durability could still be improved. I need more time. Clary, ignore her, Yarrow. The core is finished, and if my sister tells you otherwise, then she will be finished as well. Clary, don't worry, love. Poke is only nervous. The core is extraordinary, and her design work is beautifully clever. Okay. Are those all the projection stones? Okay, let's take them back to the pool, just in case there's anything interesting there. So, Giant's Deep 1, where does this show us? Yeah, that's that underground lab. We've been there. Okay, next up. There's still a bit more to check out there, but let's just go through these stones first. I think I have time, thanks to it pausing while I'm reading. Yeah, if I didn't have that turned on, this part could have been very frustrating, having to come back 3 or 4 times, maybe. So... Brittle Hollow, yeah, this is the Black Hole Forge, and we're upside down here. And then... Timber Hearth last. Probably will show us one of the mines. Yeah. Yep, this is one of the mines, so you've been there too. Okay. Alright, so there's a bit more to check out down here. Okay, some switch. What is this? Artificial gravity control. Okay, so I could turn off gravity if I wanted to. Yeah. And what does this do? Oh. That goes in there and then up. Okay, so that opens up the center of the Ash Twin project. I'll probably need to... Yeah, I'm gonna need to turn off the artificial gravity to get up there. So let's check that out. Okay, that stopped the rotation. Okay, so you've got your mini black hole, mini white hole. Oh. Is there anything I can do here? Remove warp core. Let's see. Okay, this is probably their emergency shutoff mechanism. Oh, the sun's exploding. Well, I guess I've got a front row seat to the Ash Twin project. I'm not going to remove the warp core, but I'm going to wait here, see what happens with my front row seat. Because if I remove the warp core, then that's just going to stop things from going back in time. The sun will explode, life will end, and we'll all be dead, and that's the end of it. No more game. Kind of like when we broke space-time. Just a different way to end things. And we haven't explored everything yet. There might not be a way to stop this. There's been no indication whatsoever that there's a way to stop the sun exploding. It's just at the natural end of its life. So... yeah, we'll see. We still haven't fully investigated the Eye of the Universe, and of course there's Dark Bramble, haven't been there at all, and the Interloper, haven't been there at all. So, let's see what happens here as the sun explodes. Well, there it goes. Whoop! I just got sucked into something. Okay, that was interesting. Did I die there? Huh. Okay. Well, that's interesting. Huh. So I'm just trying to think about what happened. Let's go to check this ship's log. So I guess it opens a black hole there to send the information from the masks back in time. And I got caught in it myself. Wait. But it would also send the information from the masks back in time. Yeah, and what I saw was that standard memories going back. But my body also went in there. So I'm here as if my memories were reset, but what happened to my body? Okay, I'm going back to the Ash Twin project. I'm gonna doze off for a bit and get back there. We'll see what we find. Oh, okay. That's new. Probably not good. Hello? Me, question mark? Yeah, talk to self. Let's do that. Don't often see myself from this angle. Whoa. That feels right. What have we done? Jumping into that black hole was a terrible idea. Yes, it was. I needed to know what would happen. That wasn't an idea, that was a mistake. I'm going with Yeah, I'm not screaming that all out. Yeah, what else can we do? Well, okay, we've done that. What the heck happened? If you're me, then I'm as confused as you are. Do you think we have the same memories? Good question, let's see. I remember all the time loops, including last loop when I jumped into the black hole in here. What about you? Same, except I woke up at the campfire like always. It makes sense one of the two versions of us would start at the campfire as usual. Hey, what do you think happens if you don't jump into the black hole again at the end of this loop? Huh, that's a good question. If I don't, then where did you come from? That's a good point. I mean, I feel as real as ever, but I don't think I'm a figment of your imagination or anything like that. That's just what a figment of my imagination would say. I'm no expert, but you seem pretty real to me. Thanks. You seem real to me too, so I guess there's just two of us now. At any rate, it's been good talking to you, me. Incredibly strange, but good. See you around. So, this is the greatest day of my life. Sure, two of us is great and all, but is it the greatest? What about the day what about that one? Are you talking about the day Oh, right, that one's probably still the greatest. Huh, I know, right? But today is probably the next greatest day of our life after that one. Think it's okay if there's two of us? Well, we're talking to each other and nothing's exploded yet. Gosselin always says that means the date's going well. Yes, but Slate's definition of a boring date. Makes sense, Gosselin and Slate never dated. That and the whole mess-up with Gosselin's eye. Oh, geez, there is so much backstory here. Oof. Yes, the eye thing. Yeah. I very much do not want to discuss that. Nor do I. Hasty segue? Hasty segue. Oh, we're getting so much characterization of our protagonist now. So, hey, what do you think happens if you don't jump? Okay, yeah, I'm gonna have to find out. I guess so. At any rate, it's been good talking to you, me. Incredibly strange, but good. See you around. Let's go through the ones. Are you me from the last loop? I think so. I started this loop by popping out of a white hole inside the Ash Twin project. Yeah. And I started the campfire like usual. Is this the same? Yeah, okay, all the same there. Let's see. This got weird in a hurry. Yeah, duplicating living beings probably wasn't what the Nomai had in mind when they built the Ash Twin project. I wonder if you have the same memories. Let's see. I think this is the same one. Yeah. Okay. Well, so let's see. Do I want to wait around for the end of the loop to not jump into a black hole? Well, that's going to happen there is I'm going to die in the sun. I could just find another way to die. Did I just... Okay, I wasn't intending to die this way, but if I get crushed by the Ash Twin project, that might accomplish the same thing. Yeah, I'm not sure I'm getting crushed. I'm not sure how to get back on. Yeah, I've fallen off the ride. The ride is not crushing me. Now, shouldn't this just be basically zero gravity? They don't have those gravity crystals going. Why am I getting dragged along like this? Okay. I need to figure out a way back on, and then... Can I just meditate here? Will that count as dying? Let's give that a go. Yeah. That did not work out so well. Well, so that's a streak. 2 episodes in a row I've destroyed the fabric of space-time. Want to go for 3? Is there a third way to destroy the fabric of space-time? I might need to get creative. I've already exhausted my ideas of how to destroy. We're gonna need to think creatively. Commenters, let me know, how else can I destroy the fabric of space-time? In any case, I think this is a good place to leave for this episode. We've had a good conversation with ourselves, destroyed space-time again, and maybe next time we'll try not to destroy the fabric of space-time. So, I will see you all again next week. Bye-bye. Thank you very much for watching, everyone. If you enjoyed this video, please leave a like, subscribe, and click the bell to be sure you get notifications of new uploads. See you again soon.